Hi guys, Queen of Flannel here. Welcome back to the channel. So, we are deviating today from my little note on the community tab. Originally, today's video was going to be a mini tutorial on using markers to underpaint. Well, that's going to be on Friday now because I have in this tiny little box some handmade watercolors that I got off Etsy from Emily Grace palettes, and we are going to swatch them today. So first I'm gonna do kind of a little mini unboxing. I've already kind of peeked in here and they're individually wrapped, and I'm not gonna make you guys sit through that portion of it, but we'll take everything out of the box and then I will set everything up and come back and we will swatch them. As I said, these are from Emily Grace palettes. They are handmade watercolors. I got them on Etsy. I will link to her shop below. And I found this Etsy shop via Kori over at Colorfully Optimistic. If you're not following Kori's channel, I will also link that in the description below. You should definitely go check her out. So yeah, this was definitely a bit of a binge purchase, and I've never bought handmade watercolors before, so I'm excited to get in here and see what we've got. But yeah, when I was at the base for my week, I got a whole bunch of vaccinations, and I don't do well post vaccine, so I was like on my deathbed for the next 2 days. I fell asleep at like 7 o'clock, woke up at midnight, couldn't go back to sleep. Saw Kori's post in her Facebook group about finding this shop. I went to check it out and ended up buying quite a bit of stuff. So we've got this nice little card in here, and she's actually in the process of rebranding to Emily Grace palettes, so some of her marketing branding stuff is still under her old name. I love that she included this little thank you card on black watercolor paper because I've really been enjoying black watercolor paper myself lately, and so we're gonna swatch on both the white and the black watercolor paper when we get to that point. So super cute. Um Also, apparently one of the colors that I ordered was not in stock, so she sent me a different color and a message that as soon as the batch of the color that I originally ordered was available, she'd be sending that on. So there's also a little card in here that tells you how to activate your paints and some tips and tricks for watercolor in general. And I did order one of these little tins, but I got two of them, so I'm not sure if that was included with something else. I only ordered one, but either way, if she included an extra tin in here, super cool. Thank you, Emily. And this one, never released fun extras. So we got some goodies that have never been released. This is colors from the Texas Mini Resin palette, which I ordered one of the cacti palettes, and I'm not sure that made it in here, but I think these are the colors that are supposed to be from that set. Either way, looking forward to swatching those little itty bitty little tiny pans. And let's see what we got in here. Oh, I did get the cactus. I love it. The little mini resin palette. So I'm not sure. Does it have a magnet on it? Okay, this doesn't have the magnet on it, but I have magnetic tape. So I'm not sure how I'm going to label these. I don't know what I'll have to figure something out. We could just do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on these to identify them. Super cute. I love it. I might just like, yeah, magnet it down inside one of my tins. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. So we got a little mini cactus. And the tin, adorable. And then over here, we've got all of my little pans and whatnot that I've ordered. So this is morning coffee. And it's on a little metal glued to the back here. And it is magnetic, which is nice. And I ordered a whole bunch of like different sizes in the pans. So there's going to be a bit of a variety here. We'll figure out how to organize these. And it looks like, oh, this one doesn't have a magnet on the bottom of it. This one's glued down in here. So I'll have to match some of these up with my I can't talk. Why can't I talk today? My receipt that says what specific colors they are. Some of them have the names on them and some of them don't. Some of them are on the little tin. So we'll go through all of the names and whatnot once we actually start swatching these. Oh, maybe I lost a little magnet somewhere because this little guy doesn't have a magnet, but the rest of them do. But I ordered quite the variety. And they're wrapped up like little candies. So I'm gonna open one of these and then I'm gonna pop off camera, set everything up, and we'll come back and we'll swatch them. I'm not gonna make you guys sit here while I try and organize how I'm gonna do this. So maybe if I can open these, I might have to put them in the fridge if this doesn't come out. Maybe. I wonder if I get my craft knife out, I can probably just cut this middle section out and put it like on the pan. So I'm just gonna gently stick that one right there. So yeah, she said if they stick to the wrapping as you're trying to unwrap them to put them in your refrigerator. Sometimes during shipping, if they go through different temperatures, they will soften up and kind of stick to the wrapper. Cool. It looks like on all of these, it looks like, I'm hoping that she put the names on the outside of the little pans, which will make it much easier for us. Isn't that cute? All right, so I'm gonna go get all of this set up, put some water on these, and then we will come back and do some swatching. So I will see you guys in just a second. All right, guys, I am back and I am ready to swatch these adorable watercolors for you guys. So this is kind of how I've got my setup. I cut a piece of my black Stonehenge watercolor paper, cut it down to fit inside the tins, and tried to organize as best I could. I'm honestly not Like, I'm not worried about how they look in the tins, but just so I know what's in there. So I cut these to fit inside the tins, and then these little guys up here, I'm gonna swatch on just this multimedia paper at the end, just on the white, but the tins we're gonna do on the black and the white. So we're gonna move these out of the way for right now and just work on one tin at a time and see how these. All right. So this first one is Rosewood. And this one I don't think is gonna show up too well on the black watercolor paper, but that's fine. See how it does on the white paper over here. And a couple of these didn't have labels on them, and I couldn't match them up with my order, so I just labeled them as descriptively as I as I could. But I'm really excited to use these. All right, so our next one is Apricot. And now I did pre-wet these and let them sit before I did this. They're super creamy. This this would be good for landscapes. And next is Into the Woods. Oh, yeah, this is. I wish I had this the other day when I did my. Was working on a Northern Lights picture painting, and this would have been a really nice color to have for my sky. And that's not to say that I couldn't go back and add this in after the fact, because that is the nice thing about watercolor. It just always like amazes me how different colors look on different colored paper. Just trying to get the green off of my brush before I go in here and touch this light color. And next we have Cotton. And this little blue guy over here is called Estuary. So yeah, the little black cards will live in the tins, and this one is kind of hard to pick up on camera, but there we go. It actually does show up pretty nicely on the black paper. I mean, it's like a completely different color over here on the white paper. And this one over here, this kind of pinkish red color, is called Chantel. And next we have Sunshine. Ooh. God, that is gorgeous. It's like champagne. Ah, now I want to paint a glass of champagne on black watercolor paper. That might need to be my next project. And it's got like chunks of foil in it. It would have helped if I would have had this on autofocus, because then it would have actually picked that up. Nope. We need to put this over here on the white. And our next color is Barbie World. Nice, just pink. And in this palette, last but not least, we have Luck of the Irish, and this is, I believe, a discontinued color, so I got one of the last pans of this one. All right, so that is our first pan, and that's what we're looking like on the black watercolor paper for that one. That one aside, and now we have, I'm gonna hit this with the water one more time, just because And so now we have our second palette. And I tried to put the ones that were more like glittery, mica powder-y, in this tin. And I'm not sure what she uses as the binder in here. I'd have to go back and look. I will do that and put it in the description. I don't think it's honey though. Feel as it doesn't feel like it's got a honey binder. So this first one didn't have a name, so I just called it Blue Glitter. It's kind of got a similar look to our Estuary. But there's got like a little like foil lining on the top, which looks like I've picked up a few pieces on the white paper. It's hard to tell. All right, and next is Paisley. Ooh, that's definitely got some glitter action going on. So this one looks like it dries, like it's gonna dry clear with it, and you'll just be able to see the glitter. So we'll take a look at that after it dries and see what it looks like. It's got kind of a stickles look to it, so it might be a nice option for like over top of snow. And the next one is, give that a little more water there. Winter Blues. It's interesting because on the black watercolor paper you see more of like the turquoise, and on the white watercolor paper you get more of like an aqua blue color to it. And our next one is called Ocean Vibes. And this one is called Fairy Dreams. I will hold the black watercolor paper card up at the end so you guys can get a better look. And our next one is called Here's Johnny. And this one also didn't have a name on it, and I had a hard time matching it up with my receipt, so I just called this one Glitter. This one will definitely be like an accent paint. Okay, and last one out of the tins. Did I use up all my water? Last one in the tins is called Morning Coffee. A nice brown, orangey brown. So there's our tins on both the black and the white watercolor paper, and here's the black so we can see it a little bit better, and that is this set right here. All right, so let's move those out of the way and figure out what we're gonna do with these little guys. All right. I think I can still fit these on here. So let's do cactus number 1, number 2, and I should probably spritz some water on these while I'm doing this. So do that. I'm probably going to redo this swatch at some point, but it does the job. And we'll put 6 there, and then we'll do, for these little guys over here, we'll do Texas. I'm going to call this T1, T2, G1, G2. All right, so let's bring our little cactus guy over here and let these. So while we're doing this, all right, so we've got cactus 1, cactus 2, and this is the little mini resin palette. And you can get these in the cactus in different colors, and I think they have different color paints in them as well. This green down here reminds me of Slimer from Ghostbusters. Kind of like the same color of the what was it? The high C ecto cooler in the juice boxes. That's what that color reminds me of. I used to drink that stuff as a kid. And then we have Cactus 6. It's a nice selection of greens on this cute little guy. Okay, so that's our cactus palette down here. That was the easiest way I could think to organize those. So now we've got our unreleased and the reason I'm calling these Texas is I don't have the envelope out here anymore, but these were unreleased colors from one of her other. It was called the Texas Mini Resin Palette. So I just labeled them Texas. And since there's 2 purples and 2 greens, figured that would be the easiest way to label these. Although this one's not really a green, but we'll make it work. There's a nice color shift in this one. All right, so that is those. I like this one down here, the little G2. So yeah, that is our swatching of our handmade watercolors from Emily Grace palettes. Again, I will pop the link to her shop in the description below. Super sweet lady, just interacting with her on Etsy, and I'm looking forward to finding a project to use these in. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I super appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified when I post additional videos. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.